Top of the morning, Ringo TV reactions. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. We back again with another one. Let's get down to business. So, word has been brought to my attention that Charleston White shared his thoughts about the submarine implosion, right? And the interesting thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that a lot of these guys that are on social media are not really intelligent men. They are the kind of guys that plagiarize. They're the type of men that covet, steal, take the talking points of others, and they repackage it, and then they distribute it out there as if though they are intelligent when really they're not. Charleston White is one who get a lot of views. He's pretty popular, and because of that, right, if he says anything, you will believe that he's the originator when he's not. Now, Mr. White did this interview, I believe it was like a day ago, right? But I did 2 live streams, as you can see on the screen, right? Let's bring out the facts for the record. I did these live streams, one 7 days ago, one 9 days ago, live. In these particular live streams, I've talked about why I don't believe in the catastrophic Ocean Gate implosion story that the news media put out there. I also talked about that there's a smear campaign. And then I made a third video where I addressed that it seemed like they're bringing up all of these parts from the ocean. And I made it very clear, ladies and gentlemen, that there is no proof that anyone was even in a submarine because there's no celebration videos. There are no videos of men celebrating before going into the submarine. There's no video of the crew going in, because normally this is what happens when you're going to go on this great adventure. So I want you, the viewing audience, to understand that Charleston White is not original when it comes to content. Charleston White is a guy that steals content, and he don't give proper credit where credit is due. See, when the issue happened with this submarine, I was the first content creator on YouTube that spoke out against it in terms of not believing the original story that the news media put out there. Everybody else bought into the Kool-Aid. They believed that the submarine imploded. That's a lie. In my humble opinion, the U.S. Navy took them out. You can say what you want. I've done enough research to know that that's what happened. They're not going to tell you that because it would make America look bad. And, you know, America has always done these kind of things. You know, they've murdered and killed and destroyed nations, you know, with false pretense of weapons of mass destruction. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know, this is not normal, but this is how the world is run. So these men that went underwater, they never had any video. And I talked about this. So now what I want is for all of you that's seen my original live streams, because it's like on social media, they love to hide the truth. And then you got these charlatans, you know, like Charleston White, that take content, original talking points, and rather than he say, you know, hey, I saw this video by Ringo TV and he brought up a good point. He don't do that. Instead, he try to act like he's intelligent when really he's not a smart guy. Let's just be honest. Charleston White is not an intelligent guy. He just simply fish for what he find on social media, and then he run with it. And then the people who actually do the work, they don't get no credit. Now, those of you that seen my original video, right? Those of you that heard me word for word, I made it very clear that there was no proof that these men ever even went into a submarine. And I told you that my personal belief is that these men were murdered. They never even been in the water. Do you understand me? Because there was no proof. They didn't show us no video. They didn't show us no watchtower video. Remember, they had a ship that is supposed to be the main ship that's at the top of the ocean that they launched from. Well, where's the video from the control deck? Where's the video from the celebration of them popping a bottle and drinking champagne before they go? Where is that? I talked about this 9 days ago, 7 days ago. I talked about all of these things. But when I search social media, right, I'm now seeing Charleston White. And I was tipped off that he was copying my talking points from a sister. She said, hey, Ringo, Charleston White stealing your words word for word, bro. And I'm like, it can't be. So I went and I took a look at the video, and the guy literally copied every single thing that I said. Now, I'm going to play the tape for you so you can hear it for yourself. Because some of you might think it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It's a big deal because Charleston White is not an intelligent man, but when people hear him, they're going around saying, yo, Charleston White is right, man. He's right about what he said. When he got it from me. But he didn't tell people that he got it from me. You know what I mean? He didn't tell nobody that he watched Ringo TV reactions in order to get the news. Because if you watch that particular interview, the guy said something along the lines of, Charleston, I know that you're a busy guy. You really don't got no time to see these stories. And he said, you're right. I was forced to check it out. But when he checked it out, he didn't check it out in the news. He just watched my video. Listen to his words, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you, the viewers that actually seen my live streams. Again, if you didn't see my 2 live streams, you won't know what's going on because you're in the dark. If you've seen these 2 live streams right here, these 2 videos, notice the dates, notice the receipts. 7 days ago, 9 days ago. Now, the Charleston interview is right there. It was made a day ago, posted a day ago. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? So nobody could tell me that I'm copying him. Nobody could tell me that I'm copying off of Charleston White. I am the originator. I've been here on YouTube since 2006, putting in work. I'm an OG in the space. I don't have to copy nobody. I'm a natural at this. But unfortunately, on social media, there are a lot of people that love to copy other individuals. So let's listen to the tape and hear exactly what he said. And I want you to hear for yourself. Those of you that watch my original stream, I want you to listen clearly on how he copied everything I said word for word. Listen. Hold on a second. Let me get the volume right. Listen to this. Check this out. This is total plagiarism, just copying everything word for word.
The proof.
It's strange that they don't have no pre-video of them getting into the motherfucker. Hey, y'all, we get ready to go in the motherfucker. I'm putting on my hat, putting on my girl, that we know it. So there's no pre-video of all them getting in. And they said, okay, y'all, we have to bolt it down. So there's no video of that. There's no video of them being dropped down in the water. There's no video of that. So there's no video of another submarine saying, hey, there they go right there. On side of them right there. That's them right there. So them say, hey, y'all, they ain't showed us no video or nothing. So y'all listen, we ain't seen nothing. Y'all believe this shit? Wow. So when I tuned in,
notice he said when he tuned in,
I started thinking logically. And
he said he started thinking logically.
Analyzing.
He ain't analyzing. He never thought logically. He just saw my video and just regurgitated what I said. He never thought about anything. You see that? He said that when he saw everything, he started to think logically and started to analyze everything. This guy is not intelligent. He watched intelligent men like myself to learn. Just like a lot of content creators copy everything that I do, anything that I say, because I'm brilliant at what I do. I'm the best at what I do. But because he have a platform and a lot of people love interviewing him, when he speak these words, you have to understand the magnitude of what happens. It'll go around social media quick. And then people will look at him and say, wow, check out these words from Charleston White. Now he stamped it. Now he owns the words. Do you see how that worked? No credit. He didn't say, yo, shout out to Ringo TV. I watch his channel. I'm subscribed to his channel. I learned from the brother. He's very intelligent. I want to elaborate on what the brother said. No, they don't do that. They try to package it as though it's their own. This is why the Bible says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maiden servants, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. One of the biggest sins is covetousness. To covet. You want to be like someone else so bad that you can't be them. So what you do is you take what they say so that you can try to emulate and get the reaction of the people. In other words, the recognition that I'm supposed to get due to the work that I do, he's taking it. You see how that worked? Because I'm the one who cracked the case regarding the submarine situation. Nobody else has done it. The news media has totally lied to you. They're still talking about this submarine stuff in the news, milking the situation. Those men were murdered. Those men were murdered by the Navy, in my opinion, because only the Navy had the top secret system that heard everything, allegedly. And the so-called U.S. Navy have torpedoes, ladies and gentlemen, that they can launch. And the torpedoes can be controlled via remote and directed where it needs to go. So if those men got into that submarine, there would be a video of them getting into it. And I addressed all of these different issues in these two videos before Charleston White did that interview. Do you see my point? So before they did that interview, the platform by which he went to most likely saw my video, right? And decided to get Charleston White's opinion on it. And all he did is just regurgitate what I had to say. And I'm pretty sure there's way more information that he copied because I just got a clip. I didn't watch that whole interview. Somebody sent me a clip from TikTok, and that's how I found out about it. And then I realized by doing my research that this particular interview was it just happened. So nobody could accuse me by saying, Ringo, you're copying off of Charleston White. No. And see, this is the same thing that happened when the late Kevin Samuels was here. Kevin Samuels would come on his platform and he would speak certain things and people would say, Ringo, you're copying off of Kevin Samuels. And I'd be like, really? Are you kidding me? I don't need to copy off anybody. They're copying off of me. Kevin Samuels been stealing everybody's talking points all over YouTube. Go to the black sector of YouTube and ask other creators about this. I'm pretty sure you heard other creators complain about men that just are not original. A lot of these content creators, they're not original. They're not. They don't have their own original thought. They don't have their own talking points. You know what I mean? And this is why when it comes to commentary, you have to have personality. But because a lot of these guys are not really intelligent, they're not. This is why you got to look at the way people talk and look at the way they live and see how their actions is, man, because you're getting the replica of the real thing. A lot of content creators would take bits and pieces of things that I talk about and make multiple videos, and you thinking they're smart. You thinking these guys are intelligent. Man, these guys got wisdom. All they did is listen to my video. They listened to my video, rehearsed everything that I've said, went on their platform to try to sound like me. And you think they're smart. That's why I can boldly say I'm the best in the game. These guys, they copy me every single time. Anytime I talk about anything that's interesting, rather than them make their own way, come up with their own original thought, let me say the same thing Ringo did. Listen to this guy. Because people think that this is a game. They think it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Because if Charleston is just constantly stealing from what other people do, you'll think that I'm getting my information from him. Because we know most people don't do their research or read. That's why I'm showing you the receipts, as you can see on the screen. You see that? Look at the dates. Streamed 7 days ago. Streamed 9 days ago. And notice that the videos are long videos. These are not short little live streams. That's a 3-hour and 32-minute live stream. And I'm pretty sure the other one is also about 2 to 3 hours long. I brought out some of the best information ever regarding this case, regarding this situation. Nobody else has brought out this information but me. And if you hear anybody else talking about these things in the same manner, they got it from me. Do you understand? Well, the reason why a lot of these cats cannot show any respect is because it goes back to covetousness. People want to be you so bad, they just can't be themselves. You know how many content creators have ran out of steam? Like they don't got nothing else to talk about no more. So what they do, they just copy off of you. It's the same way in the music industry. If you notice, all these trap music beats and all these trap music albums, everybody sound the same. Nobody's original. Nobody sound different. And that's the world we in. Just copycats all day long. And it's sad. You know, it's really sad because if I go tell somebody, hey, there's no video of the people getting into the submarine. Oh, you copying off of Charleston White. You see what I mean? That's what I'm gonna get. Just like when I used to make various videos about different issues, people would come say, oh, you trying to be like Kevin Samuels. You're trying to sound like Kevin Samuels. No. You got it all communicated here. Kevin Samuels is trying to sound like me. Do you understand me? Kevin Samuels was doing what I was doing and many other brothers was doing. That's what he did. He copied off of everybody else. And because his platform was larger and he had more views, under normal circumstances, you would believe that we copied off of him. This is why you have to have critical thinking and know who's who and who been originally doing this for the longest. So let's get back to the tape. I'm going to put it back at the beginning so you can get the gist of what he said from the beginning so we could play it out. And again, those of you that watched my original streams, only you know what's going on. In my original streams, why I don't believe the catastrophic Ocean Gate Titanic story, I broke down everything in there. Then I made the smear campaign video where the government and the news media is on a smear campaign to discredit Mr. Rush as if though he was negligent in the deaths of all of these different men. We talked about all those different things, and I brought up that there is no proof that these men even went into the water. I brought this up already. I don't have the exact timestamp because these are long live streams. We're talking about 3 hours. And see, this is why when people plagiarize, they figure you're never going to find this information because the live streams are over 3 hours and 32 minutes long each. So they figure you're never going to know that they stole the info from Ringo TV. That's why I got to call it out. You know what I mean? I got to call it out so that you can understand. And again, the dates and the times, it don't lie. His interview was a day ago. So look at the timestamps. It's right there in your face. Everything is right there. All the proof. Right? So I don't want to hear anybody telling me who I'm copying from because I don't need to copy off of anybody. I'm a professional at what I do. I can make 1,000 videos a day talking about 1,000 different stories and never run out of steam. This is what I do. Do you understand me? I'm not a person that just copy and regurgitate whatever I hear from others like a parrot. I don't do that type of stuff. And if I were to do content off of something that I've seen, I always give proper just due. I always give credit. I always say, hey, I saw this video from such and so. Go support their platform. Go subscribe to their channel. I always give proper credit. I don't just steal people's material and steal their work to try to get some shine off of something that I didn't originally do. So if I'm speaking on an issue and I know another brother talked about it first, even if he's not the first, I still give credit to whoever I saw it from first. That's how I work. You understand? Especially if the brother have a smaller platform, because now I'm taking food off their table. You know what I mean? So if a brother got 500 subscribers and he did a good job with a video and I want to make a video off of it because I figure I could do a better job, I'm not just going to go do the video and not give the brother his proper recognition. I'm going to say, yo, I saw this other video from a brother such and such channel. You know what I'm saying? Go over there, support the brother, subscribe to his channel. That way I gave him his just due. Why? Because I don't want him to feel no type of way that I'm taking his original work that he did and I'm speaking on it. Even though this is America, you could speak on whatever you want to speak on, but for crying out loud, I'm not going to steal the brother's talking points now. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like taking a brother's, you know what that's like? That's like, what's that brother, man? Care something, I don't know what his name is, but anytime he do videos, he'd be like, hey, brother, can I spit some bars for you? You know what I'm saying? Can I spit some bars? And then he go repeating the other brother's rap song. And he said, hey, you know, when I said I got bars, I never said they mine. You know, the comedian guy that he always say what the blood clot, whatever the case is. Y'all all know who he is. He's popular, right? It's just like that situation. You repeating their bars, and then when they listen to it, they hear themselves. Well, that's exactly what I'm hearing when I'm listening to Charleston White. I'm hearing my bars. You get my point? I'm hearing what I said. And he's saying it word for word. You know what I'm saying? And that's offensive. Any man in his right mind is not going to be happy about seeing that. Gonna be like, yo, bro, you owe me money, bro. You owe me some bread, man. That's my material right there. You ain't even get no credit. You know, that's crazy. Let's get back to the tape.
The proof.
It's strange that they don't have no pre-video of them getting into the motherfucker. You know, hey, y'all, we get ready to go in the motherfucker. I'm putting on my hat, you know, putting on my girl, you know, that we know it. So there's no pre-video of all them getting in. And they said, okay, y'all, we have to bolt it down.
All of that I talked about, ladies and gentlemen. All of that I talked about in my videos. You go watch my live streams, I promise you, you're going to hear all of that.
So there's no video of that.
All of this I talked about. I was like, there's no video of that. Y'all believe this? There's no video of them even getting into the sub.
There's no video of them being dropped down in the water.
All of that I talked about, ladies and gentlemen. I said there's no video of you see them being placed in the water, in the ocean, nothing. Copycats.
No video of that. So there's no video of another submarine saying, hey, there they go right there.
All of that I talked about, that there's no other ships that are nearby shooting video showing them going off into the sunset, going below the water. All of this I addressed in my video.
Right there, that's them right there. So them say, hey, y'all, they ain't showed us no video or nothing.
Wow.
So y'all listen, we ain't seen nothing. Y'all believe this shit? When I tuned in and I started thinking logically and analyzing, I tuned out immediately.
Wow.
And say, boy, they bullshit in the world.
Notice he's saying that he thought logically and realized that they BS in the world. That's what I said. That's what I said. He's making it seem like he sat back and thought logically and realized that they BS in the world. Listen to it from the top, ladies and gentlemen.
The proof.
It's strange that they don't have no pre-video of them getting into the motherfucker. You know, hey, y'all, we get ready to go in the motherfucker. I'm putting on my hat, you know, putting on my girl, you know, that we know it. So there's no pre-video of all them getting in. And they said, okay, y'all, we have to bolt it down. So there's no video of that. There's no video of them being dropped down in the water. There's no video of that. So there's no video of another submarine saying, hey, there they go right there. On side of them right there. That's them right there. So them say, hey, y'all, they ain't showed us no video or nothing. So y'all listen, we ain't seen nothing. Y'all believe this shit? When I tuned in and I started thinking logically and analyzing.
When he tuned into Ringo TV reactions is what he meant to say. When he tuned into my brilliant breakdown video, right? That is when he started to learn the truth. And rather than Charleston White come out and say, hey fam, I was watching a video by another brother named Ringo TV Reactions by giving me my just due, right? And the brother broke it down about how there's no video showing them going in the submarine. That's when it started to click. And when I continued watching the brother's video, he made a lot of sense. See, black men in particular find it very difficult to acknowledge other men because they want to be known as intelligent. They want to be smart, you know? And then the person that's interviewing him may not even know that Charleston watched my video. You know what I'm saying? And he's thinking, wow, Charleston is making a lot of sense, man. This guy's really good, bro. This guy's really talented. You making a lot of sense, Charleston. But the whole time he watched my video. You see how that worked? And this is what goes on in every day on social media. This goes on all the time, ladies and gentlemen. And it affects your brand because what's happening is your work get lost in the shuffle. These two videos uncover everything you need to know about the case. Not only these two, but the third video that I've done. Every video that I've done on this submarine issue covers everything you need to know about the case. And it cannot be denied. The so-called Navy have some sort of involvement with these guys dying. Do you understand me? Trust and believe that. There's no video of these guys going in the water. But if you look at OceanGate's website, their YouTube, and various other YouTube platforms, you'll see other men that went into that same submergible and they made videos about it before they went in it. They even celebrated before they went in it. So where's the celebration videos? All of this I talked about already. And all I'm saying is why people like Charleston White have to steal talking points rather than acknowledging other men. You know? Because being covetous, that's not going to really get you anywhere in life. Because once people find out the truth and they listen to you, they know you got it from me. So they're not going to respect you. You're going to lose respect. You'll gain more respect by acknowledging other brothers. You know? That's how you gain respect. You lose respect when you got to steal what someone say and try to package it as if though you're smart when you're not. You know? That's why I'm very careful when I do content. If I know I heard something from another brother, word for word, and I repeat it, I'm going to acknowledge that brother. That way I don't look like an idiot because somebody might end up exposing me by saying, yo, Ringo, why you ain't give Jeffrey his credit? Jeffrey made a video about this 5 days ago. He said the same thing. You ain't even acknowledge the brother, bro. What's up with that? See, if I get called out like that and the brother got the receipts, I'm going to look stupid. So I got to make sure that I give proper just due. That's why anytime you see me do content, if I know I got something from somebody or if I heard something from somebody, I always acknowledge them. That's called respect. You know, you got to show respect in these streets. You know, it's common courtesy because you're taking food off that person's table when you steal their material. But now if you acknowledge them, the people will say, okay, cool. Charleston White spoke on it. That's cool. But the other guy that he shouted out, let me go check out his channel, see what he's about. You see how that worked? Now the love is being shared. But when you steal, you're saying you don't want me to eat. You saying you don't want nobody to know who I am. That's what you saying. And now the way that come off is like Charleston is just sitting over, hovering over my channel, listening to everything I say, getting ideas on what to talk about. This is why as a viewer, you gotta listen carefully to people when they speak and be like, hold up. This person definitely watched Ringo. How many of you in the chat with a show of ones watch other people's channels and you hear all of my words, word for word, being spoken? And you know they stealing from me. You know. You need to call it out when you see it. When you see stuff like that, you gotta call it out. Anytime you on these YouTube streets, man, and you see people out there constantly stealing everything that I talk about word for word, you gotta call it out in the comments. Be like, yo, why are you copying Ringo? Yo, why don't you give Ringo his just due credit? Hey, yo, Ringo just made a video about this, fam. Why you ain't even acknowledge Ringo, bro? Like, seriously, fam, you gotta call them out. Don't just go there clicking the like button, celebrating, because now you encouraging the BS. You know what I mean? That's irresponsible. That's not cool. You know, because he ain't put the work that I put in for these two videos that are on the screen. I put in major work and research into these videos. And I brought out all the information to edify and teach the public that the whole thing is a hoax, man. They murdered those guys because they were up to some sort of discovery and they saw something that the government didn't want them to see. No, nor did they want them to take. Where's the computers? Where's the black box from the so-called Titanic submarine? Where is it? I talked about all of these things already. See what I'm saying? How is it that the so-called Navy got equipment that go to the bottom of the ocean? I talked about these things already. Ain't nobody down there no damn bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean? I talked about this already. How they gonna go to the bottom of the ocean 16,000 feet and recover parts? Come on, y'all. Those parts were never there. It was never there. They killed that man and the crew because they wanted to steal his invention. They wanted to know how this guy invented a submarine that was able to get that far under sea. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, man, y'all gotta do y'all research. The U.S. Navy is satanic, bro. I'm keeping it 1,000. Those people live under sea. Do you know they got infinite air underwater? Do your research, bro. Do your research. These submarines by the U.S. Navy have infinite air underwater that they make out of water. They got technology that produces air with water. Do your research. They live underwater. They don't ever gotta come up. Do you understand me? It's crazy under there. They got a whole world of military down there. Anything that's moving in them deeps, they shooting it down. They taking it down. That's exactly what they did to them, man. You know? And then you got all these people popping up on the news discrediting Mr. Rush like he was some guy that rushed this experimental mission, you know, and put these guys to death. No, they wanted all of them guys to die. They wanted all of those billionaires to die because they wanted all the money to go down, including the CEO of the company. Where's the videos? I talked about this already. So all this garbage that Charleston White is trying to pull up, he ain't do no damn research. I put in the damn work. He just watched my video and regurgitate what I talk about. Do you understand me? These guys don't sit down and actually put these puzzles together. I do. They don't have the kind of time. They don't have the patience or the intelligence or the mental fortitude to sit there and put this thing together logically. This clown talking about he thought logically and realized that they lying to the public. I'm the one who said that the news media is lying to the public. I said it. But guess what? People are going to take what Charleston White say and they're going to agree that he's speaking facts and he's speaking some intelligent words. Listen.
I tuned out immediately and say, boy, they bullshit in the world.
Wow. Notice how he just said everything that I said, fam. I said that.
You can't make me believe this shit is real and it's true. And then they saying it exploded and it's debris at the bottom of the ocean.
This is where, listen, ladies and gentlemen, all of this I said already. Everything he just said right there. You go watch my videos. I said all of that already. That they said it exploded and the debris is at the bottom of the ocean. But they told you that the material of the vessel is cheap. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen? They said that the materials that Mr. Rush uses cheap. Well, if it's so cheap, why is it at the bottom of the ocean? That would mean it has some great weight to be at the bottom of the ocean. How could it be at the bottom of the ocean if it's cheap? It makes no sense. You understand? Shout out to God's son to keep preaching the truth, brother. All praises to the Most High. Shout out to King Rich. Say you the best to ever do this, Ringo. That's why they copying. Appreciate the super chat and support sponsoring the shows. Think about what he's saying here. All of those words I already talked about. They want you to believe that a cheap submarine that was used with cheap materials, the parts and the pieces is underwater. Nothing floated to the surface now. It just at the bottom of the ocean. This is what they want you to believe. If you watch the third video that I've done, where the news media claim that the parts and the pieces that came in from the wreckage, they claim that they found all the parts. All the parts are intact, ladies and gentlemen. There was no implosion, no burns, nothing. They're lying. They murdered those men. You could stay there and keep believing the lies. I'm too intelligent to be listening to the news media, man. The news media lie to you every day. If you believe anything on the news media, you're dumb, period. That's why it's called tell-lie vision. Tell-lie vision. That's all they do. Keep your mind programmed to make you believe the lie. I don't believe nothing they say, man. I didn't believe nothing they said about a pandemic. I didn't believe nothing they said about weapons of mass destruction. I didn't believe nothing they said about any of these so-called alleged powers in different countries. Notice they took down everybody. I don't got to mention no names because YouTube has new policies against mentioning certain names. Oh yeah, y'all better recognize the policies on YouTube. There's certain names you cannot mention, and I'm talking about certain names that the government went and take down. You understand? You can't mention none of those type of things. But it is what it is. This is what's going on in today's day, man. You know, people are copying, stealing in order to be relevant off of other people's material. Listen, people, we have never been to the bottom of the ocean. That's the abyss.
Right.
Nobody has ever been to the bottom of the ocean. There's not even a camera that can go that far down. Homie, listen, it's so dark at the bottom of the ocean. It's things that we've never seen that's down there.
And I talked about this already. I talked about all of these things, man, that the ocean is literally like outer space, y'all. The ocean is like outer space. When you get into the atmosphere and you go higher, listen, ain't no air out there. You can't do certain things out there. There's different laws that govern out there. Same thing in the deep. Nobody ain't swimming all the way to 16,000 feet down. These people are crazy, but that's what they want you to believe. Why do you think they have such interest in the Titanic? Why do you think there's so much interest in it? They really just want buried treasure. That's really what it's all about, buried treasure. You see? Buried treasure. That's what it's really all about. Because when that ship sank, it sank with gold. It sank with heavy gold. A lot of money. A lot of wealth was on that boat, on that ship. And for whatever reason, they have a vast interest in that. That's why they keep entertaining it. That's why you got all these submergibles. You just can't get out of the submergible and go swim. Why do you think they got to be inside of it? Why do you think they got to lock it tight in order for it to get down there? Because of the pressure. But now they want you to believe that the vessel imploded. It never imploded. That's a lie. And the one who told that lie is the U.S. Navy. Remember, they right out there in the Atlantic. They right out there. They post up. They got submarines all out there. These submarines are huge. These submarines are like spacecrafts underwater, in the ocean, in the deep. And again, they don't ever have to come up for air. Submarines create their own air, their own oxygen underwater. I looked up all the information because I'm trying to study the situation. I'm like, who could be underwater and be able to murder these men? And it's the U.S. Navy. They're the only ones that navigate this ocean. They know this thing front and back. They got all the technology, and the news media spilled the beans by saying that the U.S. Navy have a special top secret radio that is able to hear anything that's going on in the ocean. So that means that they detected these men. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing that I'm gonna break down right now. And I think I talked about this in the 2 videos, but I'm gonna say this for the record. I believe that there were celebration videos before they left. I believe that there is footage before they left, but the government seized everything from all the laptops, all the computers, all the evidence, all the surveillance, everything. You understand? Shout out to New Breed in the building. What's going on? New Breed Global Truth in the building. Make sure you subscribe to New Breed's channel. Another powerful brother in the truth. Support him, support him, support him. Salute to Paul Brown for the $19.99 on the super chat. Says, Ringo, this guy copied your words verbatim. Just give you credit for your work. They don't want to do that. You know what I mean? They don't want to give proper credit. It's like, I don't know what it is with black men. It's like they don't know how to fuel the ecosystem of social media. It's about building up one another. You know what I mean? It's like if New Breed make a video and he talk about something, I'm not just going to go make a video about it. I'm going to make sure I acknowledge him because I don't want the brother to feel like, okay, he did some video and now I'm going and copy the same work and then end up getting way more views or something like that. And then, you know, it's like this feeling you get. I don't want that to ever be anything that's done. I want to make sure I give proper credit so that if my audience see my video, they make sure and go over there and give him his just due. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes that happens when you could be a brother and you make a video and you didn't get no views on it. And then another brother do the video and he get a massive amount of views. Now he eating, he making money, but it was off of your work. You the one who originally made the video and he stole everything you said. He's making more money now. He ain't even direct nobody back to you. That's sad, man. Can't be doing stuff like that. You can't be trying to stop another brother from eating. And that's what Charleston White is doing right there. When you don't acknowledge other brothers, you're preventing them from eating. See, Charleston had the opportunity to send traffic my way by acknowledging me like a man. That's all it is. It's all about showing love. You know what I mean? Because if people going to him now for information regarding the submarine, then guess what? They're not going to come to me. They're going to go to him. They're going to think that he know everything, that he's the man, when all he did is watch my video. Again, I don't expect everybody to watch a 3-hour, 4-hour live stream. That's why I'm going to try my best to break these videos down into small pieces, because some people, they just don't got that kind of time. You know what I mean? They work, they got different things, you know, but those videos are powerful, man. Those live streams, I've covered powerful details that would have you on the edge of your seat thinking like, whoa, wait a minute, you got a point. Well, it's that small little segment that Charleston decided to take. And that's that clue of where is the videos of them getting on board the submarine. And I talked about all of that already. And I believe that they did have those videos, but the government took it. Remember, there was no implosion. If you believe that implosion story, you're dummy. You're just dumb. No apologies. You got to be just dumb. You know, that's just like believing that buildings collapse because of fires. I don't even need to go into any more. I think you know what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about. Let's just say building 7 collapse due to fires. How convenient. Okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say. You go ahead and believe that these buildings just collapsed because of a little fire. No. You understand? That didn't happen. There was no implosion of the so-called submarine. That's a lie. Where are the body parts? There's no body parts. Why? Because they told you the body parts were vaporized. So if they were vaporized, how is it that the Coast Guard and everybody else was able to pull up wreckage that should have been floating? How is this wreckage at the bottom of the ocean if it's lightweight? If Mr. Rush's submarine vessel was cheaply made with poor materials, how is it that all of that stuff is underwater at the bottom of the ocean? It makes no logical sense. All of this I talked about already. He made a very good invention, and they were jealous and they decided to kill him in order to take it. They don't care if you got money. They'll kill you in order to take whatever it is you got so that now they can do their research on how to develop their submarines and their weapons and their this and that. If you keep thinking that the Navy, the Marines, Army, all these military people are just out here because they're here to serve and protect you, think again. They're not here to serve and protect you. You are public enemy number one. You, the people. Always remember that. You are the enemy. And the minute you start to do anything or develop anything that can be useful and doesn't stimulate the economy, they're coming for you. This is why they took out Dr. Sebi. I said this is why they took out Dr. Sebi. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is why they took out Dr. Sebi. See, what was the reason for Dr. Sebi's fault on why he got taken out? Is because he talked too much. Dr. Sebi had the information from the Most High. The Most High gave Dr. Sebi the information on how to heal humanity. And rather than he go and do the will of the Most High and repent, instead, he got greedy. This was his downfall, y'all. I'm giving you the facts. I never really broke it down. I might have to do videos on this, but the downfall for Dr. Sebi is that he turned it into a business. He turned it into a business rather than going under the radar. He started to speak too much by saying he got the cure for cancer and he got the cure for AIDS. And once you say that, the government coming for you. They're coming for you. The reason why they're coming for you is because the pharmaceutical industries make trillions of dollars off of these things. The last thing they need is a cure. You have to understand how business works, ladies and gentlemen. Look, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that have an what is it called, that stuff, man? I'm trying to get a damn word out my mouth, man. Infestation or whatever case is of like bugs or roaches or whatever the case is. Have you ever wondered how they sell Raid, all these roach type sprays and all this other stuff? Have you ever noticed that when you have an infestation of bugs and you're trying to get rid of them, they have these products on the market that are trying to pretty much make you believe that they're there to stop the problem. But really, these things, you don't have to keep on posting the damn word. I already don't know what I'm talking about. I made myself clear already, man. You don't have to keep buying these sprays as if though these sprays are going to stop your problem. The sprays are never going to stop the problem. The problem is that you're just fucking dirty. That's the problem. Do you understand? The problem is that you're dirty. The problem is not that you have roaches. The problem is that you're dirty. You understand? No spray is going to stop the problem. Because if you did any research, ladies and gentlemen, about roaches give birth every day. Do you understand me? Roaches give birth every day to about 50 to 60 roaches per egg. Do your research. And they keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. So the only way they survive is because you keep them alive, because you're nasty and you keep a nasty, dirty house. That is why they stay there. You understand? When you got a lot of clutter, when you got a lot of boxes, when you leave trash in the house, when you leave dishes in the sink, when you're dirty, that is why you got the problem. You know? You got people that's in the hood and they don't even got no roaches. Why? Because some people keep their place clean and some people don't. It's just that simple. Bugs cannot survive in a clean environment. Do you understand me? So when you understand that, no spray can solve the problem. But the powers that be want you to think that the spray can solve the problem. So the pharmaceutical industry makes billions of dollars off of your sickness and disease. So when Dr. Sebi said that he got the cure for AIDS, the cure for cancer, leukemia, and everything else, he made himself a target. Because they don't want you to be healed. Do you understand me? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you really think the government want you to be cured? You really think the government want a cure for cancer? No, they want you to be sick. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, man, y'all gotta pay attention. Hospitals are not there to heal you. Hospitals are there to maintain your sickness. That's what they're there for. Hospitals are there to maintain your sickness. And that's just the facts. I've been saying this for years. That hospitals are there to maintain your sickness. Everything you hear me saying, I've been saying for years. You hear anybody else saying these things, don't come to my channel telling me what somebody else said and I'm copying. I've been saying this for years. You go to a hospital, they're not there to get you well. They're there to keep you sick. That's how they get paid. They don't get paid when you're doing good. They get paid when you're sick. Just like when you go to the dentist. You go to the dentist for one thing, they tell you, yo, you got I see some plaque, or I see it look like you need a root canal, or I see that you need this, and I see that you need that. And then when you go do the surgery and you do whatever you got to do, then it's something else. Now you need to go this, and they send you to another specialist, and now we need to see this, and now you need to see. It's the same thing. You're never going to get well. How many of you been to the hospital for one thing, and then they told you something else is wrong with you? We need you to get these pills. You sure, Doc? Yeah, you need to get these pills. We're going to set up a prescription for you right now. They want to keep you on a pill, bruh. You know what a pill does? You want me to give you the breakdown? You know what a pill does? All it does, it stops the senses in the brain from feeling the pain. That's it. You were never healed. You were never cured. And that's the same thing with a headache. You go take an Advil, aspirin. The headache didn't go away. It suppressed the pain. It blocked off the body's electrons to communicate with the brain to feel the pain. That's all it did. It numbed the pain. The pain is still there. Your brain just can't send the signals to the body. So in your mind, the headache went away, when really the headache is still there. Do you understand? It's like having a root canal and they took off the nerves and the different, the nerves in the tooth that you felt pain. And now that the nerve is not there and you're not feeling any pain, you can have bacteria developing in that same root canal area and you don't know what's going on. And you have more problems being developed in your mouth and you don't even know because you can't feel no pain. And this is how dentists make a bag off of the people. And they got you bouncing around like a hoe to different dentists, making all this money off you because they just want your insurance. This is why when you go to the dentist, the first thing they want to know is what insurance you got. What insurance you got? Why? Because they just want your money. They don't care about you. They don't care about the service. Yeah, a placebo pretty much do the same thing. You know, you can have a headache and somebody could give you a sugar pill, which is a placebo, and then guess what? The headache disappeared. Why? Because your mind made you believe that you took an aspirin, because it's really mind over matter. You know what I mean? The headache is not really a sickness. It's a lot to do with like stress and different things you got on your brain that is causing pressure. And that's why you feel that pain. Sometimes you might need to eat something. Might need to, get a fruit or whatever the case is. You might be lacking a little something in the body, or you didn't get enough rest, or you got some stress. you know? But again, ladies and gentlemen, the cause of Dr. Sebi dying was that he spoke too much about what he was doing. And that's the same thing with any other scientist or healer. You got to keep these things to yourself. Dr. Sebi should have went under the radar and did the work of the Most High. And he would have still been alive today. But because he turned it into a business and was charging a lot of money for pills and different things, the government saw him making this money and they said, oh no, we're going to shut this thing down. We're going to shut it down. And that's when they arrested him. And you know the rest of the story. All of that was a hoax. You already don't know what they did. They just did that to take him out. They wanted to interrogate him to find out the secrets of how he did what he did. And I'm sure they got that out of him. I'm sure they tortured him in order to get the secrets, in order to maintain power over the people. It's all about power over the people. Think about this. Think about what would happen if you cured cancer throughout the whole world. Think about if AIDS was totally cured, HIV totally cured, and it's easy to do. They would have total control. But they don't want that. They don't want you to be healed. They want you to die. Remember, everything falls under population control. There is still an agenda to kill everybody. This is why you have clouds of smoke all over the earth. Oh, they told you it's fires? Oh, keep believing that lie. That's another lie. I could go on and on and on. All of these stories are lies, ladies and gentlemen. Lies. These smokes that you hear, you're smelling like fire and burnt and all this other stuff, that's not due to no forest fires or some nonsense. That's a lie. They're putting something in the air to take you out. Just the other day, I think I made a video and I was talking about how in New York City, the air quality in New York City is horrible. And I made a video and I showed a picture, I think a couple of weeks back. Well, during that very same day, let's just say someone I know died that same day because of that same issue, because of the smoke that was in the air or whatever what they had in the air. It killed them. That's right. And other people died, but the news media did not report on it. The news media did not report on any of the people who died due to all the smoke issues. Now, how is it that smoke can come from another state somewhere or another country somewhere far away and fill up a state's atmosphere with harmful chemicals in the air? How is that even possible? How is that even possible if the law of gravity is what it is? Come on now. See, if the smoke or the air is at your level, then that means it's something they released in the air, y'all. It don't come back down to you. It rises. You've been lied to, but because most people are dummies and they didn't go to college and they didn't graduate high school or even get out of damn regular public elementary school, then you don't know the basics. You understand? They lied to you. They put something in the air. And if you could go ahead, you could continue to believe all them stories. I don't believe none of it. It's still a lie. They lying to you. Just like they lied to you about this story with this submarine. Notice how they keep pushing the submarine. Notice how the U.S. Navy had all this resources put out there for the so-called submergible. But what about the 700 migrants that drowned at sea because the government ignored them? What about them? What about the 600 to 700 lives that was extinguished because they were trying to flee their country due to poverty and war? And all of this was happening simultaneously while the so-called submarine was underwater. Why? Because it was a distraction, ladies and gentlemen. It was a distraction because they did not want to save those people. But instead, they put out all these resources to save 5 men in the water that they never saved. The military, the Navy, knew that there was an alleged implosion on Sunday. So why on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the news media was playing with our mind about, oh, there is a rescue mission happening and they only have a few more hours to live due to the air in the submarine. They were milking the system, y'all, making millions of dollars off of the deaths. These men were murdered already. They been killed them. and they confiscated all the laptops, all the hard drives, everything. Ladies and gentlemen, if there was any SSD drives on board that submarine, they have access to the data. Just because it's in the water don't mean nothing. I'm a computer whiz. Those SSDs still work. They lying to you. I said if those SSDs went underwater, they still work. Do you understand me? So if they had laptops and they have data on those hard drives, the Navy have the information. Listen, the submarine was still intact. I thought they said it imploded. I thought they said it was scattered into pieces. How could pieces go to the bottom of the ocean and stay there? It would have floated to the surface. They lied to you. All you got to do is have common sense and you'll understand it was a hoax. It's crazy, man. So anyway, y'all, Charleston White copied everything that I had to say, and I wanted to make that publicly clear.
It's things that have had to adapt. Man, come on, homie. I was always told you only believe half of what you hear and half of what you see. So who saw anything?
Nobody saw anything, just like you didn't see anything and didn't know anything till you watched my video. I'm the one who told you, ladies and gentlemen, that at the depths of the bottom of the ocean, there is no fish down there. Do you understand me? There's no regular fish or sharks all the way down there at that bottom. They're not in that area. They're not gonna be there. All of these shows they have where they showing the Titanic and this forensic this and this technology to show you the ship, lies. These are lies. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody under there swimming. Ain't nobody under there swimming. You ain't gonna find no video of nobody underwater in no diving suit next to the Titanic. It's a lie. You gotta have special military grade equipment to even be there. You understand? And this is why all of these billionaires had these submergibles, man. How do you think they built these things? It had to cost money. But they want to discredit Mr. Rush as if though he was this bum that was buying parts from Target. No, he had billionaires on his team, bruh. Show me how many of you know billionaires? How many of you hang out with billionaires? You think a billionaire is gonna hang out with you, bruh? You think Jay-Z is gonna pull up and go have dinner with you and hang out for a day if you ain't about nothing? It ain't happening. So for Mr. Rush to have these billionaire guys around him, he had to be a top dog in the game. And they were jealous because they couldn't control him. And anytime you're a man that the government cannot control, that they cannot benefit and capitalize off of your technology, they're gonna take you out. And they're gonna make it look like an accident, and it is what it is. That's just the way it is. That's why I always tell people, fam, something happened to me, I disappear, you don't hear nothing from me, the government did it. That's the story. Oh, a car wreck? Well, nope, they took me out. Don't believe a word they say. They sent their agents, they had to do what they gotta do. Nope, don't believe the lies. I'm letting you know right now. Do not believe any of them lies. Oh, details at 10. Ringo TV reaction, such and such and such. That's a lie. I'm letting you know right now. You know what I mean? Because this is how they do it. They kill you and then they try to make it look like an accident. Just like they took out Kobe Bryant. That was a blood sacrifice. They did that purposely. You know what I mean? He had too many plans, too many ideas, and it was like, we can't afford to have this black man do this. He's trying to get a league in the NBA, the WNBA. He's gonna take over. His daughter's gonna be too good. We can't have this. We gotta just take him out. Take him out, guys. That's how they did it, man. They got the power to do that. There's technology that can take a helicopter out at any given time, a plane. They got technology that can make the controls of any aircraft stall and crash at any given time. I forgot exactly what it's called, but there's a name for it, where they can literally target any aircraft and it can shut down the computer system in that craft and it will take it down. It's a weapon. You know what I mean? Stop believing what you hear on the news, man. They lie to us every day. Turn the news off. Don't even listen to the news. Come to YouTube and watch these platforms so that you can get the news. Because you listening to the news is just brainwashing you. I'm just being honest, man. So again, for the record, the whole Titanic thing was one big hoax to cover up the negligence of all the governments of not saving the 600 to 700 migrants that died at sea. All of that was happening concurrently at the same time as the alleged so-called Titanic submergible went underwater. But yet the powers that be had all these resources thrown out there, but yet we got homeless people all over the world starving to death. Let that make sense. They don't care about us. They don't care about us, man. Because nobody was going underwater to rescue them. If these guys were underwater 16,000 feet, there is no way anybody would be able to rescue them. No way. They would have to pull the vessel up to the surface. That's the only way. And the U.S. Navy had the equipment to do that. The Coast Guard has the equipment to do that, but they didn't use that equipment. They want you to believe that debris was all around where the Titanic was. Well, if that's the case, how come nobody found them if there was a so-called search? They lying to us. Lies. And this is what they do all day, man. I know it's a problem. I know it is. But this is what the government do, fam. So, hey, I'm going to get up on out of here. You know, you can watch the video from the beginning to hear the message and hear what's going on. But Charleston White copied my words verbatim, word for word. And I just want to make it publicly clear that he needs to give proper just due when he look at content and stop trying to come across like he the originator when he's not. Right? I'm the first guy on YouTube to speak against the official story. I'm the one who laid down all of the different issues and made valid points about key things on what's going on. And Charleston stole every word.
The proof.
It's strange that they don't have no pre-video of them getting into the motherfucker. You know, hey, y'all, we get ready to go in the motherfucker. I'm putting on my hat.
All of that I said in my videos. In case you're one of the 400 that is in the building, I made 2 live streams 7 and 9 days ago where I addressed everything. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube, you got to understand there is 3 sections on YouTube. A lot of you come to my platform and you complain that, oh, you didn't see my video. There's 3 sections. You have the live stream section, you have the videos section, and then you have the shorts section. You got to watch all 3 sections because you probably haven't seen 3 years worth of videos because you're only in the video section or the live stream section. These 2 videos are in the live stream section. And I did them 9 days ago. And Charleston White did his interview a day ago. So whose report will you believe? He watched my video already, fam. My videos move around in these streets. A lot of people in the industry watch my videos. They just never say, but they watch my videos. Now notice the views that channel got for their video, 139,000K. Look at my video, 25K, 11K. Let that make sense. This is what happens when people don't give you proper credit. This is what happened, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, putting on my girl, you know, that we know it. So there's no pre-video of all them getting in. And
all of this I talked about, there's no pre-videos of them getting in.
And okay, y'all, we have to bolt it down. So there's no video of that. There's no video of them being dropped down in the water. There's no video of that. So there's no video of another submarine saying, hey, there they go right there. On side of them right there. That's them right there.
The Coast Guard and the so-called Navy knew everything. The Navy know who's going in the ocean at any time. The Navy watch the ocean all day, every day. They live under there. Those of you that are in the Navy, you know what I'm talking about. That ever did any work on submarines, you know. Those men live in that submarine. That's their life. That's what they do. You know what I mean? That's their commitment. That's their duty. And those of you that been under, you know the proper protocol and whatnot. Some of you probably, you know about the technology of how they create their own oxygen, and you got to respect all the machinery. Any of you that are seamen, you know that when you're in a submarine, you got to respect the vessel. There can't be no BS between you and your colleagues and other men. It's business. You got to take everything serious. You got to make sure all the machinery is up to par. Everybody got to be educated on the job and the task at hand, because every hand wash the other. No games, no playing. This is serious business I'm talking about, fam. When you in that submarine, ain't no games. You better do your job. You know what I mean? And the way things is, they know who's going underwater because they can hear everything. And they probably heard the submersible going in and tapped into the vessel, and they were able to hear their conversations. And they said, we got to take them out, guys. They found it. They found the flying saucer. They found the extraterrestrial beings. For all you know, there's damn aliens underwater, fam. A spacecraft, whatever it is what it is, man. They probably discovered it and found it and took video. Government said, nope, we got to take them out. And if you're in a submarine, you just can't take them out just because you want to. They got to call for the go-ahead to take you out. And once they get the word from the powers that be that it's for national security, that they need to take you out, even if you're a citizen, even if you're American, it doesn't matter. The Navy will send them torpedoes. They will do you in, bro. You don't want to mess with them guys. Them guys run the ocean. This is just the way it is. They're the gods of the ocean. You can't go in there and battle the Navy. It's not going to be pretty. I'm just letting you know. Do your research. They got technology underwater that's so advanced, it'll shatter your mind, the things they know about the deep. It's not no game. Just like they got satellites in space and space stations and all sorts of stuff, underwater is a whole world. And there's all sorts of resources and things underwater that they're able to get. Discoveries. There's creatures underwater that we don't even know about, but the Navy know about them. And they can't report it to the people, because if they do, man, it'll be crazy out here, fam. And that's why the Navy is under there. A lot of them is actually guarding creatures that are underwater that could cause harm. Yes, indeed, man. Do your research. Man, there's so many things going on in this world right now that if you were to know, it'll scare you. But the powers that be know about it. They been knew about it. They just keep it on the hush. You know what I mean? So, and always remember, there's more water on the earth than land. Always remember that. So if you think if you think the world is big, you ain't see the world yet. We're surrounded by water. You know what I mean? And it goes deep. You know what I mean? It's a whole world. So, hey, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man.
So them say, hey, y'all, they ain't showed us no video or nothing. So y'all listen, we ain't seen nothing. Y'all believe this shit?
See, all he's doing is regurgitating what I said. So if you see this interview by Charleston White, understand that everything he had to say regarding the submarine situation, he actually got from my videos, y'all. That's the message of today. So that being said, fam, I'm gonna get up on out of here. It is what it is. right? Give a few shout outs on the Cash App. Let me see what we got. See what we got here. Shout out to Christopher T for the 10. Christopher T for the 10 on the Cash App. I think that was for yesterday. Devontae for the 5. Citizen Soldier 1987 for the 31 on the Cash App. Salute. Sponsoring the show. Mark for the 5. Shout out to Mark for the 5. Brandon for the 15. Rollo for the 5. Make sure y'all also go and subscribe to Rollo Floridine Regular Talk. I believe that's his channel. Make sure you go over there and support Rollo's channel as well. That's Rollo. I think it's called Floridine. I'm not sure. If any moderators in the building, put Rollo's channel in the whatchamacallit. Is Rollo is even in the building? Because he gave a support. So I'm trying to make sure people know his channel, you know what I'm saying? So that people can know who he is. If anything, I'll do this myself. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on a second. Rollo Floridine. Okay. All right. Okay, I got it over here. And you already done know, make sure you subscribe to New Breed. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. All right, Shosha put it in the building already. Okay, cool. Make sure you subscribe to New Breed Global Truth and also Mark the Messenger. Make sure you subscribe to Mark the Messenger as well. And Pastor Dial. So if you watch my content, you know what I mean, and you want content that is going to stimulate thought, those are the guys that you got to watch too. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you watch those guys. And any guy that's affiliated with Rollo, he have other brothers that be on his platform. Make sure you subscribe to those brothers as well. You know what I'm saying? Give them a shot. You know what I mean? Take some time out. Just take a look at a few of their videos. You know what I mean? And show some love because, you know, everybody deserve to be heard. And you might hear something from them in a way that will stimulate your thought possibly better than me. You know what I mean? So it's always good to listen to other brothers to get some insight on what's going on. This is how I move. I always shout the brothers out and show some sort of love because it's important that we support one another as brothers in this truth because nobody else ain't going to do that for us. You know, the world love their own. So as men of truth, we got to make sure that we support one another so that we are pretty much on point. So make sure you give those guys a follow and check out their work. And it is what it is. Again, appreciate everybody rocking with the platform, listening to the shows, sponsoring the shows. Without you, I won't be able to do this. We're going to be back on later on. I got some work I got to do. But yeah, it's a lot of things happening in this world. You got to keep your eyes open, man. Especially if you're of the Most High. We are living in dark days, man. Dark days. You know, we have to keep our eyes open. They killed these billionaires because they had access to something that was very, very powerful, you know? And Mr. Rush had a lot of haters. He had a lot of people that was jealous of him, sad to say. And they went on a smear campaign to discredit him. And this is what they did. They discredited him in death. Imagine that. You would think that people would be concerned with the lives lost, but no, they're too busy saying that he's to blame for everybody's death. He was negligent. This is what they're doing because they want to discredit him. And this is what they do with every man that is of value. They always discredit you so that people look at you as a horrible person, you know? So do not believe the official story about some implosion. There was no implosion. That's a lie. Straight from the pit of hell. So I'm going to be out of here, fam. I'll be back later on. Ringo TV Reactions. The #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, hands down. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. It is what it is. Peace and blessings. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out.